Hi, so something that's helped me get through my 18 years of life is something that I like to call organized thought. It is very self-explanatory. It is thought that is organized. So something that I did recently is I took like all of my years of life and what I've learned from books and from just existence and condensed it into what I call my life philosophy, I suppose. And having that condensed is something that's helped me a lot recently. So if for no other person than myself, I really just want to share this in a video because it's something that's helped me and maybe can help other people. So first we need a little Nicole history lesson, because everything that has led up to my life philosophy is a major part of what it is now. So you have me in my younger years, which is basically the 4th grade to the 8th grade, because I really didn't exist as a person before the 4th grade. And in that time period, I really liked writing, and I really wanted to matter, because I thought that to be a person who had a valuable life, I had to do something very important, and I had to matter to the world, I had to make a difference, and that is where my mind was at. Then you flash forward to 9th grade, and things are bad. I'm depressed, my house just flooded because of Hurricane Sandy, and things are generally not looking all too great. And then I read a book called Diary by Chuck Palahniuk. I do think the book is amazing and I recommend it, but to spare you the plot, what this book boils down to is the fact that everyone by existing makes a difference, and that your handprint is in everything that you do and every footstep you take, and every single thing that you do in your existence makes a difference on this world that you can't take back. In fact, there is a quote at the end of the book which states, "We are all of us immortal, we couldn't die if we wanted to." So that took 9th grade me, who was afraid and sad and just not in a good place, and this idea that I really wanted to matter, it kind of helped me not think of that anymore, because I knew that I didn't have to put effort into mattering because I did it simply by existing. So that's fine, and that sustains me for a while until January of my freshman year, when I read The Stranger by Albert Camus, which has a totally different philosophy within it. Now this book is absurdist with existential ideas, and this book boils down to the fact that the world and everything is indifferent to you, so you have full freedom to not only lead your life the way you want to lead it, but to be indifferent to the world. The main character, Merceau, has such a different mindset from everyone else he's ever experienced, and the world villainizes him, but he realizes at the end of the book, in this beautiful catharsis of emotion, that he has full freedom to be the person that he is. And the line in this book that's really stuck with me is, "For the first time in that night alive with stars and signs, I opened myself to the gentle indifference of the world." This book plays on the idea that you don't matter because you're so insignificant, so you don't matter and everything you do matters. And that is where I've kind of conjoined these two ideas into what I consider my current life philosophy. Where I stand right now on mattering is that nothing I do matters, really, because yes, everything I do changes the world, but our world is such a speck in the vast universe, and that really nothing matters, yay nihilism, so I don't have to care about my individual actions having a profound impact on the universe. So part one is that really takes away the stress of my carved little existence, because when I get so stressed out about things, there is like this back of my head like cosmological insignificance, and it gives me the freedom to make mistakes and to lead the life I want to live, and to not always worry so much about the things that I worry about and that people worry about. Part two is where things get a little bit controversial, and I've been antagonized for this, and it kind of plays on the ideas of The Stranger, that since I'm so insignificant and the world doesn't care about me, there is no rule that states that I have to care about the events of it. I am not a socially or politically active person, and that's just because it's not a passion of mine. I don't feel the need, I don't feel compelled to do things about the world as a whole, because the world as a whole doesn't care about me, I don't have to care about it. I know I keep repeating that statement, but there's no other way I can really put it, because that's just, I know intrinsically a lot of people feel that need for activism. I just don't get it, because I wrote this poem once where I said that if you believe you can change the world, you will, and you have that ability. I just so don't believe that I can or will change the world, so why should I even try? Now, we're at a very negative point right now, but to pick it back up, I'm a very mathematically minded person, so I have this idea that just this world is a blanket of numbers and whatever, and if I, in my existence, lead a positive existence, then that is a positive impact on the world. A lot of people care about adding positives, which is commendable and amazing, and there's obviously nothing bad about that. But because I don't feel compelled to do that, if I simply, Nicole, lead a positive existence where I don't hurt anyone or hurt as few people as possible, because hurting people is inevitable, but I hurt as few people as possible, and I am happy, and I do things that are productive for my life, then that is going to have a positive impact on the world. And I don't care about changing the world, but I sure as hell don't want to damage it. So if I care about being happy, some of the things that I'm very passionate about, like topology, which is a very insignificant kind of math, or just reading books and literature obviously have importance, but I just like reading and editing, which isn't of much consequence. I like things that are theoretical and they make me happy, but by me being happy, that is a little positive little bubble in this universe of all of these numbers. It is very scary when you want to matter and you don't think that there's anything that you can do, because there are so many people in the world and who's going to care about one person. But I'm telling you now that if you lead a positive existence within yourself, and that what you do is fulfilling, and that you are you don't have to be like a righteous whatever person, but if you lead a positive and nice existence within yourself, then that is all you have to do in your lifetime. Because I've thought of this so much, some of it seems like common sense to me, but I realize that it's not to everyone, and it wouldn't be to 9th grade me, who is so afraid of so many things. But you don't have to be afraid, and you don't have to be, stress is still gonna happen, but you don't have to be so stressed about the minute things that aren't going to matter in any long run ever. Now for my typical, let's catch up on like 3 months worth of news. I'm going to be Queen Alonza instead of King Alonzo in my school's production of The Tempest. This is my final show ever at school, and I am very, very sad about it. And I am now a 4th quarter senior, which means that after The Tempest, I'm going to have a lot of free time. I already have one video idea, which is more than I can say for every other time of my life, so that'll hopefully be happening sometime soon. As per usual, I hope this video was enjoyable, helpful, entertaining, inspiring, nice, wonderful, all of the positive things you can think of, and you will see me the next time I do a video.